What is up? How's everybody doing? Hope you guys enjoying beautiful summer weather. Well, semi-summer weather we haven't, and riding your bikes. But if you're not and happen to be watching some YouTube videos and you want to see me painting yet another helmet, welcome back. This is slightly unusual, it's a little bit different to what I've done before. It's a very much open face helmet, like half, how do you even call that style? I don't know. It's a Harley Davidson helmet. Harley Davidson motorcycles, brand new helmet with a little pick and a visor. As you can see, the visor still got the protective film on it, so he's never been on the road. And the owner's got an amazing custom bike. I'll show you some pictures of it if I can find it. It's a Harley Davidson custom painted by somebody else, not me. But he wanted the helmet to match the bike. He wanted me to put my own touch to it. Not exactly the same as the bike, but within these colors and similar style, just the way I would do it. My interpretation basically of what's on a bike already onto this helmet. So without further ado, let's get it done. You've seen me doing this process a number of times before, so I'm not going to bore you with it. What I need to do, obviously, mask it off, strip it down as much as I can, and then sand it down to lay a primer on it. So this is how it looks right now. And here it is some time later, prepped. I used the red Scotch-Brite, prepped and ready to be primed. And here it is, primed and drying, ready for some rock and roll action. But for this we need to wait 24 hours before I can do anything else with it. Fast forward. Here we go, fast forward a couple of days, and the helmet has been painted the base color, which is white. I chose Alpine white for that. It's white in the end of the day. I gave it a good rub down with 800 grit wet sandpaper, degreased it, ready for some airbrushing mode. And the first thing I want to do is slightly different from the bike. I want to make it a bit more glossy metallic, like metal flake maybe even look like. And for that reason I've got a special weapon I'll show you in a minute. There we go. Auto Hot Rod Sparkle. Hot Rod Sparkle, this one is white, which means it reflects everything around it. And as you can see in the bottle of the bottle and maybe on the sides, it's got very fine metal flake kind of like pigment in it. I use my big boy airbrush Patriot 105 for it, and thin it down ever so slightly, spray across the whole helmet to give it a nice sparkle. And on top of that I'll be laying some design. Let's do this. Now with this out of the way, I'm going to start laying my pattern and looking at the bike, the pictures of the bike anyway. The previous artist used like a tribal pattern in the background, light grey, and kind of tribal flames black on top of it with some dropped shadow. The owner said don't do it exactly the same, do it a bit your style, but make sure it matches the bike. So I'm going to listen to him. I'm going to do a bit of a smoke pattern in the background as opposed to the perfect masked off tribals, and on top of that I'm going to lay flames, but maybe less tribal flame, more of a hot rod flames on top of it. But I'm going to start with just loose stencil and do it mostly freehand. The background, the light grey, I mixed it up with wicked colors, about 10 drops of white to 1 drop of black. Very light grey mixture. I'm just gonna go across the whole helmet and just make it up as I go basically. Let's see what happens. The last step is to lay down the basic design of the flames, which I already started doing with a 2mm masking tape. I'm gonna switch to 5mm later on and mask it the whole area off once I get the basic design. Let's do this. Now we are all masked and ready to spray black. However, before I do black, I like to make sure the paint creep doesn't happen. Obviously, running your fingertip or nail around the edge of the tape helps a lot. I like to make sure I use transparent base ever so lightly just before I do my black to seal the edges, so hopefully the paint creep doesn't happen when I peel the paint off. Let's do this. Even though this thing appears wide in the bottle when you're spraying it, it is completely transparent when it actually lands on the job. And it acts like a clear coat kind of thing, seals the edges between the tape and the job, so hopefully no nasty surprises. Okay, I'm gonna switch to black. And let's finish this bad boy off. Now I've done multiple very light passes, probably 4, maybe 5 very light passes. I've got complete coverage of black. I'm gonna give it 5-10 minutes till the paint is dry, and I'm gonna peel it off very gently. There we go, guys. This is the product just before we're gonna clear coat it. Super happy with the outcome so far. I've got very crisp edges, very sharp. There's no paint creep whatsoever anywhere around the helmet, which was my biggest concern, really. It was having the multiple curvatures and you know, the paint creeping underneath the tape, masking tape. It's always a problem, because once it's fucked up, it's very difficult to fix it. But taking the precaution, you know, I'm very happy with the outcome. So yeah, clear coated next. I'm gonna spend a day or two doing that with polishing the helmet, so I can give you a finished result. This is the before, just airbrushed, and in a few seconds you'll see the result, how it's clear coated and polished. There we go, guys. This is the product just before we're gonna clear coat it. Super happy with the outcome so far. I've got very crisp edges, very sharp. There's no paint creep whatsoever anywhere around the helmet, which was my biggest concern, really. It was having the multiple curvatures and you know, the paint creeping underneath the paint, the tape, masking tape. It's always a problem, because once it's fucked up, it's very difficult to fix it. But taking the precaution, you know, it's I'm very happy with the outcome. So yeah, clear coated next. I'm gonna spend a day or two doing that with polishing the helmet, so I can give you a finished result. This is the before, just airbrushed, and in a few seconds you'll see the result, how it's clear coated and polished. We fast forward a few days and this is what we got. The helmet is ready, it's been clear coated, it's been polished, and it's been put back together. I put the Harley Davidson decals back on, put the beak back on, inner lining, everything around it. Helmet is ready, it's matching the bike. I like it and hope the owner will too. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you picked up something new from this video. If not, then well, it was just a waste of time. At least you have a beer out of it. And on that note, guys, I need a beer. Thank you very much for watching. Rock hard, have a beer, and we'll see you very soon.